All right, last thing we're going to talk about is holding the camera steady, because nobody wants this. I mean, we're not making a Jason Bourne film. So nobody wants to have film that goes all over the case. There are a couple tools that I'll be bringing to the Academy this summer that will help, but I also encourage you to look to look on Amazon and perhaps purchase a few yourself to be ready. One of the first ones, and very cheap, is this little iPhone or any kind of phone mount with a small little flexi tripod. So essentially how this works is I can put my iPhone in and I pull a little tab up. Has a nice spring to keep it in there. All right, so now my phone's in there. I have a little twisty that I can reposition this so I can get my framing right and then tighten it up. And then I have my 3 legs. Now the legs are really great. Like this, you could just set it on the ground. But you can also, if you don't have a ground or you don't have anything to attach it to, maybe there's a fence or a pole nearby, you can actually do the bending where you get to wrap these around and hold them tight, and then you would adjust this little head mount, and voila, you can have a camera being mounted up onto almost anywhere with these. I will bring several of these to use, which are very nice. Another option is to use a small little tripod like so. Now this one actually has a tripod screw in it, and so it's generally aimed at using small little cameras, but it does correlate to our little tripod head that we have here, so we could use something like that. Another option is if you're going to do some kind of filming while you're walking or while there's action happening. This is where we often see the shaky camera the most, because people are moving around and we generally just don't hold things very still. And so there's a tool called the StayblCam. It's a stabilizer. And how this works is it has this little head here that even with a case around the phone slides into there, and then it telescopes out into a stabilizer that I hold right here on the gimbal. And now, when I move around, well, it has to be balanced first. That would help. So when I move around, it will stay relatively unshaky. Now they do take a little bit of practice to use, but I've been working with it for a couple weeks now, and I think it works marvelously well for a very inexpensive tool to use while you're walking.